So, of course, then, like you would, like with any thinking person that wants to find the answers and so on, guys, that set me on a quest about Christmas to find out, well, what's this all about then? How do we come about having all these traditions, doing all these things the way we're doing it, and these celebrations, and what's connected with what, and so on and so forth? And that has taken me down a road now that goes right up to this very day, pretty much, investigating all of the origins of Christmas, the Christmas celebrations, and so on. That and what each individual thing is connected to, what aspect of what tradition existed before the religion of Christianity came into existence. To the point that now I have the understanding that almost next to nothing that we associate with Christmas and associate with Yeshua's life today as any, actually has any connection with him at all whatsoever. You know, it's just things that were added on long, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years after the fact, sort of thing. And maybe 1,000 or more years as time went on and as more stuff was added on over the centuries and over the past, 1,800 some odd, 600 odd years or whatever sort of thing. You know. So then that got me to a point for the longest time, guys, after I left Twilight and went out on my own and so on and so forth, where I didn't really bother with Christmas much. I didn't put up any trees. I didn't do anything connected with Christmas because I was saying, well, it's got nothing to do with Christ. Well, what's the point in even bothering? I mean, why am I doing it? You know. I kind of partially regret that now, guys, because, I mean, thinking back on it now, I mean, I could have had a lot of nice memories and created nice moments for myself. You know, the other aspects of Christmas that's worth celebrating, regardless, sort of thing, you know. And I mean, that kept up right up until actually I moved into my last place with my housemate. And because he wasn't well, well, I mean, it started before he moved in because I moved into that address with my father, and first 6 months and the first Christmas was over there was with him. He was diagnosed with cancer and he had to come into St. John's for cancer treatments and blah, blah, blah. And that's how I got into that address, my last address, and was able to keep it for the first 6 months and then got my housemate to move in with me afterwards because there was no way humanly possible I could afford to place myself, guys, you know. But what changed there was the fact that I was sharing a place with someone else that wasn't well on both counts. And I thought, it's like, I want to make this a happy time for myself, for those living around me, sort of thing. And so I decided that I would celebrate special occasions when they rolled around. And that usually consisted of like Christmas in the wintertime, and for us here in Canada, well, Canada Day, Canada's birthday, in the summertime, in July. And then eventually I kind of like tossed in St. Patrick's Day as well. I've been celebrating St. Patrick's Day for quite a few years now, in the springtime. Because I just wanted to make happy moments for myself and those around me, sort of thing, you know. So that kind of like just began the personal traditions for myself to just create these moments and create these memories and so on. That whether I can connect them with Yeshua or not. And so you may wonder why I use the term Yeshua and not Jesus. And this is kind of like, I don't think I even want to get this into one set of videos or guys. I might have to have another conversation about this a little later on. But everything concerning this individual is evolving over time, okay? It has been evolving since I was a teenager. And it is continuing to evolve to this very day. So I have been all over the place over the past 53, 54 some odd years. Well, since I was 8 years of age. Well, I should say since I was 12 years of age, I suppose. But I mean, I could say 8 because I mean, like even then, I was aware of Jesus and all the rest of it. And this is the thing there too, guys. Like, when I say that I come from a religious background, it's more from my mom's side of the family and my grandmother. And my grandmother is from a here in Canada it's called United Church. I think in the United States it's called Episcopalian or some freaking thing like that. I don't know why you want to say United because it's a hell of a lot easier to say. Episcopalian, and I think it means the same thing. It's the same branch, denomination of the Christian church, sort of thing. And so my grandmother was United Episcopalian. And she was religious all of her life, and I mean, like as far back as I can remember, of course. And so my first introduction to this individual, to this life, this person that we call Jesus, Yeshua, was through her. And I'm not telling you word of lie, guys, when I tell you that goes back truly as far back as I can remember. Because some of my very, very earliest memories that I can think of, that still comes back to my mind, memories of my grandmother, probably around 4 or 5 years of age, definitely 5 years of age and up. I can remember visiting my grandmother with my mom, and stories about Jesus would come up, and prayers, to Jesus and all the rest of it, and saying our prayers before we go to sleep at night, and she made us say grace before our meals, sort of thing. And so very, 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 very early on, guys, I was made aware of this individual through my grandmother. Some of you would say, praise God for grandmothers, religious grandmothers, whatever. It wasn't so much my mom. My mom was religious too, but she never thought about kind of like introducing us to this sort of stuff at an early age, sort of thing. She just kind of left it alone. It was more my grandmother to begin with, sort of thing. So what I'm trying to say by telling you all that is that this individual, the awareness of this individual, has been in my life now pretty much my entire thinking life. Okay? As far back as I can remember. So he's always been there, guys. He's always been there in some shape or form, one way or another, for my entire life. So from those very, very early years to age 8, to 7 when my mom passed away, and then a year or so afterwards when I had this experience I was telling you about, and then age 12 when I became born again. And onward up throughout my teenage years, young adult years, and right up until this stage in my life now. I have spent an entire lifetime contemplating about this life, this individual. And I have gone through so many, I don't know how to put this into words, guys, so many twists and turns and ups and downs, and in regards to the religion of Christianity itself, and where I stand concerning that religion right now. I don't even know how to say this, guys, without tons of negative feedback from the diehard Christianists out there. Religionists, Christian, what I call Christian extremists, but I have almost no use for the religion of Christianity anymore at this stage in my life. And that's been a long journey, guys. That's been a very, very, very long journey. Reading, researching, trying to find the facts of the origins of the religion. So I'm still doing that to this very day, guys. And how it all came about, and so on and so forth. And how it ties into the life of Yeshua ben Joseph, Jesus, son of Joseph, and his actual life and ministry, if there was such a thing, such a person, and such a life and ministry to begin with. So I reached this point now at almost 60 years of age in another few months' time, going through another Christmas season and going and performing all the trappings and all the rest of it sort of thing. You see up here, guys, I have a manger scene up here. I put it up every Christmas, you know. So I'm still kind of, to some degree, perpetuating the myth and all the rest of it, of what the what we traditionally say the season is about. And part of that is because without that almost certain myth, guys, Christmas becomes devoid of any real deeper meaning outside of his life and remembering his life and what he was about and what he came to life, came to earth to do, and all the rest of it sort of thing. Without that, you go through the season now, and I watch secular people and all the rest of it, non-religious people, celebrate the holidays, another term I can't stand, without any kind of a deeper meaning to it sort of thing. So they have family as being an important aspect of it, and the gift giving as being like a charitable part of it, giving, better than receiving. I mean, there's aspects of it that's good regardless, whether you're religious or not. But again, that kind of comes out of the religious perspective, that these other good ideas about Christmas still continue on sort of thing, But, you take this life, even if a good portion of it has been mythologized over time, out of the celebrations of the season itself, and it becomes devoid of any deeper meaning, guys, So that's why I still, display a nativity scene one way or another, regardless, and try to keep people remembering, the life and all the rest of it sort of thing, because it just adds deeper meaning to the season. So, so this is where the kind of deeper purpose of this conversation here now is that, should we continue to celebrate this season, guys? If so, how should we continue to celebrate it sort of thing? Should it become increasingly, almost exclusively, a secular thing? Should it branch off into two separate seasons? And by that I mean the religious people will have their Christmas, their Mass of Christ, and the non-religious people will have their holiday season. Because that's kind of what it's turned into in the modern era anyway, guys. There's two separate seasons that go on here now this time of the year. You have your religious people that try to keep Christ in Christmas and make it a spiritual religious thing and have the deeper meaning beyond it in that sense. And then you have the secular celebrations at this time of the year of everything that's other than that. That's your holiday season, And the thing is with this holiday season, guys, is that because it's devoid of any deeper sense, any deeper meaning, any deeper purpose, it is becoming okay, now this is what I have seen in my lifetime, okay? I mean, I saw it even as a kid, but as I've gone through the decades and so on and see where we're at now, this holiday season has become so commercialized, guys, so insanely commercialized. All about buying and selling, all about, stuff, getting stuff, giving stuff, all about stuff. Like, it's just so superficial, so insanely superficial. And but that's what happens when you take the deeper meaning, the deeper purpose out of it. So where I'm at right now with this particular season is that now that I've started doing it myself, I'm probably going to continue to do it every year now, probably for the rest of my life. Because, as I said, it's a great thing to do to brighten up this time of the year, for starters. Because winter is horrible, okay, what anybody says, and as you age, it becomes more and more horrible. And it lasts for several months every year. It's a very drab, dreary, depressing time of the year, weather-wise sort of thing. You need something, guys. You really need something to counteract that and to take your mind off it for a month or so of the whole winter season sort of thing. So for that alone, I mean, I would continue to be celebrating Christmas regardless, just to get my mind off all the other crap, crap in my life and the crap weather-wise. But beyond that, though, guys, now this is where I'm going to get really deep in, and I don't know, as deep as I can try to get anyway, and I don't know if I have the time here now. 10 more minutes. I'm going to try to squeeze another 10 minutes here, guys, and then clue it up. And maybe have another conversation about this later on. Most definitely, I will have another conversation about this later on. Oh. So you have people out there, guys, that claim, and they got a lot of evidence to kind of support the claim, and I've gone both sides of it now over the years. I'm still doing it now online and getting whatever research I possibly can to inform myself even more. That this individual, Jesus Christ, Yeshua ben Yosef, almost certainly never existed at all, period. I've been getting into a lot of Jewish sources in the past year or so, because I'm trying to get an understanding of Yeshua's life from a Jewish perspective, because Yeshua was Jewish. He died a Jew. He lived his life. He practiced Judaism. He never started a new religion. He never had any intention of starting a new religion. And he passed from this plane of existence, if he existed at all, as a Jew. So I figure, I don't know why every Christian that doesn't do it. What better source do you have to go to than the experts within Judaism itself about a fellow Jew that may have existed 2,000 years ago, and to get their perspective on it, sort of thing, and what they know of him and what has been preserved within their traditions about him, guys. So that's what I've been doing now for the past, I'd say, year or so, over a year now. I started roughly about at the same time, October the 7th occurred there last year. Don't you ever say anything more than that, guys? You know exactly what I'm talking about when I say October the 7th. What happened in Israel, October the 7th, 2023. But only... not even a month, I think, before that, I started on this journey of trying to discover who Yeshua, because I find that very ironic as well, who Yeshua was